I'm Ray Rickman, Executive Director of Stages of Freedom. We are in a crisis, and there's still climate deniers, people who can't understand science. They see the water rising in Miami, but they won't own up to it. The water's going to rise in Rhode Island. It's already rising, but it's only an inch, half an inch, so nobody wants to talk about it. But the last time it went up an inch, it took 100 years to do it. This has done it in the last 3 or 4. It's a problem. Last night, I went with my friend Ann to the Cheesecake Factory. No, we didn't have one of those desserts. But the meals were generous, and they gave us plastic containers, heavy black plastic containers. And I went home, food's delicious, by the way, free ad, Cheesecake Factory. Went home and looked up the manufacturer, and then I went to a science site. That plastic container will last 1,000 years before it decomposes. Are you listening? I will be in my grave 1,000 years, and that piece of plastic will be in the Johnson landfill, sitting there. So I love to have fun. I called Cheesecake corporate office this morning. First, they told me they didn't know what I was talking about, that they don't have those kind of containers. I said, yes, you do. I've been there twice in the last month, and you have them. Is that store an exception? Is Providence Place an exception? And then after a little back and forth, he said, probably you're right. I didn't quite understand you. I said, why can't you use cardstock? Why can't you use something else? You could even use coated plastic cardstock. It will only last 100 years. But the cardstock will decompose in about 6 months. We're in trouble. Rhode Island doesn't have a bottle bill. Rhode Island's missing a half dozen things. City of Providence just impressed me by getting rid of plastic bags. They impressed me. The state doesn't do that, just the city. All of us must do something. My favorite niece had a baby 2 days ago, and the baby's going to live in a world 2 to 3 degrees warmer. And if you want to have a little fun, see what that means. See what it means. And you don't have to think about it deeply. When it's 32, 31, things freeze. When it's 33, things don't freeze. That's an example to you of how little it takes to make a difference in our lives. And when it's 1, 2, 3 degrees warmer, the world is going to start to be in shambles. The Australian fires will be normal. Normal. So, do me a favor. Next time you go to Cheesecake Factory or any other place and they give you a heavy plastic container that has a life of 1,000 years, ask them why they can't use cardboard. Thank you.